What up, fight fans? This is Square Circle Productions. I'm going in with my new rant. This is going to be on UFC 196. Okay, just a preview and predictions. I'm only going to talk about the two main event fights, and that's the Conor McGregor versus Diaz and Holly Holm versus Miesha Tate. Okay, I'm gonna start with the Holm Miesha Tate fight. Actually, to be honest with you, I see this fight being somewhat intriguing. Just in the sense of, usually when a fighter pulls off a huge upset against a dominant champion, there is a tendency to go lay an egg. But I really don't think in this case you're going to see Holly Holm playing the role of Buster Douglas and then turning around, beating on Mike Tyson and then turning around and laying an egg against, basically quitting against Holyfield. But I will say that I think that Miesha Tate may prove to be a more difficult matchup than Ronda Rousey was able to be against Holly Holm. But ultimately, I still see Holly Holm coming out the victor. But I think Miesha Tate, if she doesn't try to rush in and she takes her time and tries to set things up, she may have a measure of success. Now, how long before Holm adjusts and, picks her apart, we'll see. But there's a good chance that she'll give a better fight than Ronda Rousey did, and she'll do better than she did against Ronda Rousey. Miesha Tate, that is. In her fights with previous fights with Ronda Rousey. Okay, but if you really look at it though, the pressure is more on Miesha Tate. Let me be honest with you, because far as being considered a contender and not merely being a gatekeeper or a doorman, which is what she's steering down here in this fight. Because if she loses and if she's beaten convincingly, she pretty much will be regulated to doorman, gatekeeper status. She'll just be the person to name out there for an up-and-coming fighter that they'll throw out there to see if they're ready for the next level. Well, we'll put you in against Miesha. And if you win, fine. If you don't, then we know where you stand. But to be honest with you, her being a legitimate contender, that's on the line. I think it's more pressure on Miesha Tate to win than it is on Holly Holm. Even though Holly Holm is coming off a huge win, pulling off a huge upset against Ronda Rousey. I think that Holly Holm will be a lot more focused and, will come into the fight with the least amount of pressure on her, if you will. For one, because Holly Holm is not Hollywood. She's not self-centered. She's not an egotistical type person. She's not going to let the success and the fame get to her. She's very humble and down to earth and focused. So like I said, when a person has got those type of qualities about them, it's very hard. It kind of flips what would be something that would be pressure on her to live up to the hype of beating Ronda Rousey. That's no longer exists, and it's actually the pressure is put on Miesha Tate because she hasn't been able to beat Ronda Rousey, and this woman basically made it look easy. Now you got to go in there and try and beat her. You know what I'm saying? And you're facing down becoming possibly a doorman or a gatekeeper, you know. So it's really pretty much all the pressure is on me, Shantae, at this point. But like I said, I think that Holly Holmes' striking skills are superior, and Miesha Tate may have a chance on if she can take her down. And I think the best bet for her is, like I said, to lay off and try and take what she'll give her, you know. And then it's just a matter of can she withstand Holly Holmes strikes. So it's be interesting to see how it turns out. But I'm looking at possibly Holmes winning by a TKO in maybe early in the third round. Okay, going into this Diaz Conor McGregor fight. To be honest with you, I'm not completely sold on the Conor McGregor hype. But I mean, for an MMA fighter, his boxing skills are pretty decent. His hands aren't too bad. I've seen where he's actually gotten clocked a few times, but he's able to roll with the punches and, you know, still land a stronger blow. But I mean, I think his downfall is going to be his cockiness, his arrogance. I mean, this dude is really like amped up. And Diaz brothers are tough. But like I said, I've seen them take L's before. So the mystique of them being these assassins or whatever is kind of out the window now. But I mean, sometimes this stuff can backfire on you because Conor McGregor's tactics was pretty out there with the whole press conference fight the other day. You know, that's what even prompted me to do this video. But it was kind of crazy because Conor McGregor punched it at Diaz's hand. You know, he put his hands up and he punched at his hand. And you know, you're crazy. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. In fights, I've you know, because I learned the trick from my OG. He said, throw punches at their fist. When they throw punches at you, you throw a punch at their hand. You know. But to be honest with you, when dude his hand is up like that and you take a swing at his hand, that's crazy because you got that bone on bone action going. You know, you running the risk of breaking your fingers or your knuckle or your hand. You know, but Diaz was holding his hand after that little punch that McGregor took at his hand. You know. But when you go in that bone-on-bone contact, man, it's a 50-50 chance. But if you get a good knuckle, if you get your knuckle on that guy's fist in the right spot, you can do damage to him. So that's the whole reason why I picked up the little nugget of advice from the OG. But like I said, yeah, you want to protect your hands as a prize fighter. You know, and that was like real ballsy and crazy of McGregor. But like I said, though, the Diaz brothers ain't no punks. So you barking up the wrong tree. I know you think you this badass and you confident in everything. But them dudes at one point was killers. And they ain't no Kool-Aid in they veins. Them dudes is some real up G's. You know what I'm saying? So you sitting here flirting with danger. You know what I'm saying? And like they just gonna bitch up and not, you know, he gonna bitch up and not bring it. You might just wake up a sleeping giant. So we'll see how this plays out. But I don't expect him to win with an early stoppage. Now I can see this fight going into the third round or so, maybe further. But like I said, we'll see how everything turns out. Might do a post-fight video. We'll see. Peace out. One love.